In this video, I will be talking about UK Standard Visitors Visa. So if you're in the UK and you're planning to invite your family, your mom, your dad, your siblings, or your friends to come and visit you in the UK, you need to watch this video so you get to see the detailed procedures, everything that you need to do in order to invite your significant other. This video will give you a guideline of how to go about it, okay? So even if you're in your own country, you want to visit a friend here in the UK as well, this video is for you because I explain everything in detail. So I advise you to stick around and watch till the end. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Oluebube. Please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get to see all my videos. To all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. So without wasting much of our time, let's get straight into introduction. UK Standard Visitors Visa allows you to come to the UK for tourism, for business, for study if it's a course that is up to 6 months, and other permitted activities like visiting your family, taking an exam, maybe an OSCE exam or PLAB exam for medical doctors, or for whatsoever reason that you want to visit UK. It could be for medical reasons. This visa allows you to visit the UK and stay for a period of 6 months. Eligibility. First of all, you need to have a valid passport, your international passport, before you can apply for this visa. And you should be able to prove that you will leave UK at the end of your visit. You are able to support yourself and your dependents throughout your trip, and you are able to sponsor your trip, or maybe you have someone else to do that on you. What are the documents you need in order to apply for this visa? Now, if you're in the UK and you want to invite someone who is not living in the UK to come and visit you, there are some documents that you are expected to scan and send to your guests. Okay, so I will tell you the documents you need to scan and send to your guests, and also the documents your guests need to provide at Visa Application Center when they go for their biometrics. Okay, so first of all, you being the hosts, you need to scan the following documents. Number 1 is your valid international passports. Another thing is a scanned copy of your BRP, front and back. Your driver's license is optional. 3 months pay slip and bank statement. 3 months house rent receipts. Proof of relationship with your guests. So assuming you're inviting your mom to come over to the UK, you need to provide birth certificate, because in the birth certificate your mom's name is usually written on it. You know, she gave birth to you, so her name is always on the birth certificate. So anything that can show proof of relationship you have with your guests, you need to provide that as well. During my own time, when I invited my mom, I also provided my job offer letter just to show that I have a job as well. And you need to write an invitation letter as well. If you look at the screen, you will see a sample of invitation letter. I'll also be dropping the link for you to access so many invitation letter templates. Okay, so the link will be in my description box. But one thing I have to tell you now is that when you're writing that letter, you need to prove that whoever that you're inviting will return back to their own country in so time that they really have something to go back to. Okay, because they don't want you to invite people that will come here and they will not go back. Mind you, if you invite someone and they refuse to go back, in the future you will no longer be able to invite anyone here in the UK. And it's usually advisable to say that they are just coming to stay for a short period of time. So even if they're staying up to 6 months, at the end of the day, in your letter you can say that they're just coming to stay for 1 month, okay, and they're returning back to their business, they're returning back to their husband. Let there be a tangible reason, something that they're returning back to. And also in that letter you need to state the reason why you're inviting them as well. So during my own time, it was because I gave birth. And I also sent my Mat B1 certificate. Mat B1 certificate is given to pregnant women here. It's a certificate that shows when their due date is. So I also included it during my own time. Now, For the person you are inviting, they need their valid international passports and 1 month bank statements. Okay, it's usually advisable for them to have up to $1 million in their accounts, in their own account, just to show that they're not coming to be a burden to you and that they're also capable of taking care of themselves. Although when you're filling the online visa form for them, you need to indicate that you're the one taking the full responsibility for them. You're the one sponsoring them for the trip, at least to keep eye off their statement of an account. So you need to show that you are the one giving them full sponsorship. Okay, so when you send them all these documents, they will print it out and alongside with their own international passport and 1 month statement of account. The person will use it and go for biometrics. Okay, I will still explain further based on this. So what is the cost of this visa? So it depends, it varies depending on if the person is going for short-term standard visa or long-term standard visa. Normally the person should be going for short-term standard visitors visa, and the visa fee is £100. Maximum length of stay is 6 months. So if you're coming to the UK for medical reason, maybe to have a medical checkup or just for medical reason, the visa fee is £200, and the maximum length of stay is 11 months. So if your reason for visiting UK is for academics, short-term study, like maybe 6 months course, the visa fee is £200, and the maximum length of stay is for 12 months. If you're coming to UK using long-term standard visitor visa, in 2-year long-term standard visitor visa, the fee is £376, and the maximum stay is 6 months per visit. So you're just staying for 6 months, you go back and come back again. For 5-year long-term standard visa, the cost is £670, and maximum length of stay is 6 months per visit. Then for 10-year standard visa, long-term standard visa, the fee is £837, and the maximum length of stay is 6 months per visit. There are things that you will need to know in order to apply online for this visitors visa. There are some questions they ask online if you're filling this form. Questions like date you're planning to travel to the UK, staying during your visit. They will also ask you how much you think this trip will cost. You can write that it can cost around £1,500. That is what I wrote when I was filling for my mom. Your current home address and how long you've lived there. So these are the possible questions you will see while filling the form. How much you earn in a year. Okay, they will ask you that. Name, address, and passport number of anyone paying for your trip. So these are the possible questions that you will be asked. They will also ask if your guest has any dependents. It's usually best to say no, because if you answer yes that they have dependents, they will check the amount your guest have in his or her account, and they will consider if this money is enough to make this trip and still take care of the dependents. So it's usually best to answer no, that they don't have any dependents with them. And when it comes to the parts of whether you are the one sponsoring the trip, it's usually best to say yes. So if you're filling this form for your guest, it's usually best for you to accept the responsibility that you're the one taking care of them, unless maybe your guests are the one taking care of their trip, and in that case they should have enough money in their accounts to do so. So how to apply? You need to go online and apply for this visa. Fill every details that you are asked. Okay, pay for this visa fee £100, and book appointments. On the day of the appointments, your guests will go to the visa application center with all these documents printed out, and you might also need to pay for assisted services for them, because if they cannot handle the stress of uploading all these documents and everything, you know, they might be stressed out. So it might be best for you to pay for their assisted services, so that when they get to visa application center, they will be assisted with uploading documents and everything that they need. Now, if the visa application center is not close to where your guests live. Maybe the person journeyed to go to the visa application center in your country. Then you might need to pay for courier service, so that when they make a decision, because after the biometrics they will hold the passports, okay, and some of the documents as well. So whenever they make the decision, which usually take 3 weeks or more, now there are so many backlogs, so it might take up to 6 weeks now. So within 3 weeks to 6 weeks, whenever they make a decision, they might need to courier it to the person's house. So it all depends. If the visa application center is where you live, then the person can go for biometrics and return to collect the passport whenever they make a decision. If not, so what happens at the day of appointment, the day of the biometrics? The visitor will go with international passports and other travel documents to prove their identity through fingerprints, okay? So you will have your fingerprint and photograph taken at the visa application center. Provide all the required documents that show that you are eligible for this standard visitor visa. All the documents that the person that is inviting you sends to you alongside with your own international passport and bank statements. It usually takes 3 to 6 weeks for your decision to be out, okay? So find out if you need to pay for courier service. That is, if you don't live in the states where your visa application center is. What are the permitted activities when you come to the UK as a visitor? There are things that you are allowed to do and things that you're not allowed to do. So what are the permitted activities? As a guest here in the UK, you can tour different parts. There are so many tourism sites, tourism attraction sites here in the UK. So you can visit anywhere that you want. You can see your family and friends. You can do some certain business activities. Why here? You can come for medical reasons. So maybe you want to do checkup or whatever reason. Even if you want to give birth, you can come to UK as a visitor. And what are the things that you cannot do while in the UK? Number one is that you cannot claim public fund here in the UK as a visitor, okay? You cannot take up paid or unpaid work for any UK company here in the UK as a visitor. You cannot work. You know, there are some persons that are thinking that if they come over to the UK as a visitor, it will be easier for them to get a job, skilled work job, maybe to get HCA job or any other type of job if they come here as a visitor. It doesn't make it easy, because as a visitor you cannot even take any paid or unpaid work here in the UK. You don't have a BRP. Before anyone can employ you to work here, they will ask for your BRP, and as long as you don't have it, you cannot take up any job because it's illegal. The company is taking risks to hire you, so they will not hire you if you're here as a visitor. You cannot live in the UK for a long period of time, okay? You're only coming to stay for 6 months, and at the end of the 6 months, you're going back. Unless you're here for medical reasons, in which case you may have to extend your visa. So you can actually extend your visa, but it depends on the circumstance. And mind you, extending visa is not free. You extend your visa with £1,000. That is what it costs to extend the visa, okay? You cannot marry or register a civil partnership or give notice of marriage or civil partnership here in the UK. So if you're here as a visitor and maybe you find your heart beats, you cannot marry and, you know, start staying in the UK just like that. You have to go back and apply to come either as a dependent or through marriage visitors visa, okay? There is a separate route for that one. So you cannot say, okay, I found someone that I love, let me marry the person and let me not go back to my country. It doesn't work that way. You will have to go back and apply through another route. You cannot switch to a skilled worker visa. There is no way you will come to the UK and you will say, okay, it's a wonderful opportunity for me to look for a job and switch over. You cannot switch over to a skilled worker visa. So if for any reason at all you get a job here in the UK, the people that give you the job should also be willing to sponsor you. They should be willing to provide COS for you, because you will have to go back to your own country and apply through skilled worker routes. So you cannot switch visa. Now, there are possible reasons why some visas are being rejected, and the most common reason is based on financial ground. All right, there are some persons now, they want to come over to the UK as a visitor, and maybe their guests suddenly move money to their accounts. Okay, like in Nigeria, you're expected to have up to 1 million naira. Okay, this 1 million naira is like equivalent to 1,500 pounds. Let me put it that way. So you convert it in your own currency and know what you're supposed to have in your account before applying for this visa. So you're supposed to have like 1,500 pounds in your account. Convert it to your own currency. For those in Nigeria, is like about 1 million naira. So if someone suddenly transfer that 1 million naira or maybe 500,000 naira to your account, and you print out the statement of accounts for that same month the money was transferred to you, when you get to visa application center, it's very obvious that someone transferred this money to you. It's very obvious that this is not your money, and they will reject your visa. Okay, so even if someone is moving money to your account, make sure that the money is moved maybe 2 or 3 months prior to the particular month you're printing out your statements. Okay, so let's say that you want someone to go for biometrics in the month of March. If you want to move money to this person's account, move it in the month of January, so that the person will only print out statements of accounts for March and go to biometrics with it. In that way, it will not reflect when the money came into the account. Because if it shows that this money came into the account, that somebody transferred it into the account, obviously it means this money did not belong to this person, and so they will reject that visa. So this is the common mistake everyone makes. Make sure you don't make that mistake. If you're inviting someone here, let that money you transfer to them not reflect in their account. And also, it's usually okay for you to indicate that you're the one sponsoring the trip when filling the online application form. So indicate that you're the one taking care of the financial cost of the trip. And also indicate that your guests do not have any dependents. Because if they have dependents, they will also look at the money they have in their account and see if this money is even enough to take care of those dependents. Talk more of using it on a trip. Okay, and what again? So basically, that's it, guys. That's it. Once you get all your documents ready, you scan them and send to your guests. They will print it out alongside with their own international passports and 1 month bank statement. Okay, and they will go for biometrics with it. I don't think their visa will be rejected. So you can invite your family member, you can invite your mom, your dad, your siblings, anybody that you want to invite on the UK. There are so many reasons for that, as long as you prove that they are definitely going back at the end of their stay. All right, guys, so if you have any other questions as regards to this visiting visa, please ask your question in the comment section. And if you have any other thing to add, maybe you've once invited someone to visit you here in the UK, and if there is anything different from what I have said now, maybe you have some additions that you want to share with us, also feel free to drop it in the comment section. Okay, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumb up. Share this video to those who might need it. There are some of your friends that want to invite someone and they don't know how to go about it. Please share this video to them as well. Okay, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We've actually come to the end of this video, and I will see you in my next video. For now, you take care. Situations getting worse.